Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to crack the code on YouTube's algorithm, and we're going to use their own playbook to show you exactly how to get your videos discovered. You know, it's probably one of the most frustrating feelings for any creator. You pour your heart and soul into a video. You know it's good, but the views just aren't coming in. Well, the good news is YouTube's algorithm gives you 3 really powerful tools to fix this, and we're going to break them down one by one. Your title, your description, and your tags.
All right, first up, and you could argue this is the most important of the 3, is your video title. If you get this right, you're not just feeding the algorithm what it wants, you're also grabbing the attention of a real person on the other side of that screen.
Okay, so the first temptation, and I think we've all been there, is to just cram as many keywords as you possibly can into the title. But you gotta think about it from a viewer's perspective. A long, confusing title, it's an instant turnoff. The algorithm knows this, which is exactly why clarity will always beat complexity. So, why 70 characters? What's the magic behind that specific number? Well, it all comes down to the user experience. See, anything longer than that, and your really carefully crafted title just gets cut off, especially on phones or in that suggested videos sidebar. Your big punchline could be totally lost before anyone even gets a chance to click. In fact, if you look at the biggest names on the entire platform, like MrBeast, you'll see they often take this a step further. They're aiming for titles under 50 characters. Why do they do that? To guarantee their message is absolutely crystal clear, no matter what device you're watching on. But, and this is so important, remember you're not just talking to a machine here, you're talking to a person. And that's why the best titles tap into these basic human emotions, things like excitement, urgency, even fear. In a feed that is just jam-packed with options, emotion is the thing that makes someone stop scrolling and click on your video. Okay, next up is the description. And this is probably the most underestimated tool in a creator's entire toolkit. It is so much more than just a place to dump some links, and if you're ignoring it, it's a massive missed opportunity. Let me show you why. And look, this quote comes straight from the horse's mouth. YouTube is literally telling us that a well-crafted description is a direct line to the search algorithm. It's not a suggestion, it's a roadmap. They're telling you exactly what to do. And the great thing is, optimizing your description is actually way easier than you might think. Just start by using YouTube's own search bar to see what people are actually typing in. Then, put the most important phrases right there at the top. After that, just craft a short, natural-sounding summary that weaves in your other keywords. Then, and only then, you can add your links and timestamps. Okay, but a super important warning here. Whatever you do, don't just paste a wall of keywords. Your description needs to read like it was written for a human being, not for a robot. This practice is called keyword stuffing, and it's a direct violation of YouTube's policies. It can get your video, or maybe even your entire channel, penalized. All right, let's talk about the thing that creators spend countless hours obsessing over, tags. But what if I told you that almost all of that time, all that energy, is completely wasted? Yeah, we're about to bust a huge YouTube myth. Right? The common belief is that tags are the secret sauce, the key to getting views. I mean, there are entire channels just dedicated to finding the perfect ones. But let's cut through all that noise and just see what YouTube itself has to say about it. And here it is. This is the reality check. While pretty much everyone in the creator community treats tags like they're gold, YouTube has actually gone on record saying they play a minimal role in discovery. Just let that sink in for a second. In fact, YouTube is super clear about where we should be focusing our energy instead. It's not about the tags you use. It's about crafting a compelling title, a thumbnail that people just have to click, and a keyword-rich description. That's it. That's the holy trinity of YouTube SEO right there. So, here's your new mantra. I want you to repeat after me. Stop obsessing over tags. Seriously. Take all that time you would have spent researching them and just pour it into making your title and your thumbnail absolutely irresistible. That's where the real results come from. Okay, so we've nailed our title. We've optimized the description. We've officially stopped worrying about tags. We're done, right? Well, not quite. Is that enough? If perfect metadata isn't the end of the story, what's the final chapter? What really pushes a video to the top? Here's a good way to think about it. Your metadata, your title, your description, that's just the invitation that gets your video to the right party. But once it's there, it still has to impress the guests, right? Because ultimately, YouTube has one goal above everything else, keeping people on your platform for as long as humanly possible. So, how does the algorithm decide which videos to show to more people? It's constantly asking two really simple questions. First, when people see your video, do they click? That's your title and thumbnail doing their job. And second, and this is the big one, once they click, do they actually stick around and watch? That is the real test. You see, at the end of the day, all your metadata is just the key that opens the door. It's your content, the video itself, that has to convince people to come inside and stay for a while. So, as you hit publish on your next video, just ask yourself this one question. Does this video deliver on the promise of its title? Because that's the one secret to YouTube's success that no algorithm can ever replace.